Aloha, welcome back to Bear Farm. I was just out here picking a ripe Rollinia from this Rollinia tree. Actually, you can see like another really tiny one up there. Well, that one of them is already like spoiled, but another little tiny one in there. But yeah, I was picking it and I thought, hey, maybe it'd be cool to do a video just kind of showcasing some of the ripe fruits that we've got right now in the heart of summer. There's a nice, decent size Rollinia we got off this tree. And this tree has been in the ground, I think, about 5 years now. And so it's about a 5-year-old tree from seed, producing a little bit of fruit, nothing too crazy, but definitely good. And yeah, so we've got like a few things going on. It's been a really weird growing season because I think primarily because of the drought. And so there's certain things where I just feel like the timing is way off. Here we have Fija, which did flower this year for the first time, but did not make any fruit, from what I can tell so far. And yeah, I don't see any of the flowers left. And we have a second one over there to help with pollination, but it did not flower this year, and so it's not really doing much for pollination. But next door here we've got a Longon or Longon. So you can see right here we've got some fruit growing. There's probably about 7 or 8 of those size bunches. So it's not a huge harvest. It's the second harvest we've gotten off of this tree, which is a grafted Abiu. It's been in the ground here for probably about 5 years also. First crop we got was bigger than this current one, but still happy to get some Longon off of that. This next one down the hill a bit is definitely one that I'm more excited about. This is our Mapulehu mango, which grows like crazy. But this year is actually putting on the first kind of decent fruit. And so, there's fruit hanging here and there on the tree. And overall, I think I counted about 30 good-sized fruits, which, for a tree this size is not exceptional or anything, but I'm pretty happy with it. It's the first one where we're getting, more than a couple of fruits. And I feel like, with another good pruning this year and feeding it again, like it's just going to continue to get better. So I'm really definitely excited about that. Let's see, they're just hanging around. Not quite sure what the season is for Malabar chestnut, but we do have pods now. Different sizes. That's kind of cool. Here are Zemon Pink dwarf jackfruit. Kind of went off for the first time this year. I've had it make 1 or 2 fruits at a time, but now I think there's like 11 or 12 here. You can see some of the larger ones, they're dwarf, so even the fruit size is not exceptionally huge, but it's kind of perfect for just a few people have some jackfruit, not have those overwhelming like 50-pound fruits to deal with. But you can see them, just hanging all through the tree canopy there. So plenty of jackfruit. I mean, even these, I don't know what I'm going to do with all of these. So eat as much as I can. I don't know if there's a huge market for them, but we'll see if anybody's interested. Their chocolate pudding fruit or black sapote is flowering again. So hopefully we'll get more fruit. I fed this some potassium, K-mag, and in the hopes that it would jackfruit a little heavier because I've only ever gotten a couple fruits off of it, and it's a pretty decent sized tree in the ground. Probably about 5 years. Again. So yeah, we'll see. Hopefully we'll get good pollination and fertilization of these fruits and get a decent crop this year, because the first few we had were delicious, and I anticipate they'll just keep getting better as the tree matures. As always, we've got a lot of different varieties of bananas. Here we're looking at the ice cream banana. That really cool blue color before they ripen. So this year we've been enjoying the first racks of those. We do have papaya here and there. I don't really have a lot of papaya that I take great care of, so I don't have any that are like fruiting, mega heavily or anything. But I have enough to, eat 1 or 2 a week when they're in season or harvestable. You can see a few more up there. That's always good. You can see the olena, or turmeric, is coming back from its hibernation, which I'm very excited about. Not just for eating it, but just its beauty too. I mean, I've got a lot of this planted in the understory of trees, and I just love when it kind of comes and fills in some of these spaces that have been sitting empty for a few months. It's beautiful foliage and eventually some nice flowers as well. We have citrus in some various stages. This is the Satsuma tangerine. You can see like the small green fruits won't be ripe until late summer, most likely, but really kind of odd timing on that. So I'm not really sure what to make of that. We usually get more of an October, November ripening. And then if we do get a second crop, they're usually ready more like the beginning of summer. So I don't know. It's like a kind of interim thing, but some of our other citrus, like the lemons and limes, are just doing their normal thing where they're producing a little bit at a time, which is nice because I don't really have a use for ridiculous amounts of citrus. The Abiu tree, this is the Z1 grafted variety. The tree itself is really happy. It's kind of tucked in. There's like Tithonia and Gliricidia all around it. So it gets some decent wind protection and some dappled shade. You can see like things moving in the wind right now, but I mean, it's actually like really windy here right now. Maybe you can kind of tell from the tops of the trees. But it's great to be in this maturing food forest where that type of wind is more like a gentle breeze down here at this level. Anyhow, it is heavily flowering, and it's put on several rounds of fruit already, so anticipate some more fruit from that. And hopefully they'll be improved this year, because I really haven't been impressed so far with the taste of these Abiu. So we'll see. It is pineapple season, so these are part of our larger patch of white pineapples. This has definitely been the most disappointing pineapple season I've had so far. I don't know exactly why, just for some reason a lot of plants did not get triggered into blooming. I mean, some of these are huge mature plants with no flowers, no fruit. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened. I haven't really changed much in terms of like nutrients or anything like that, so I'm just gonna have to chalk it up to the bizarre weather, the drought during the wet season. Maybe they just got kind of confused. Ordinarily, maybe coming out of the wet season is what triggers them to flower, and this year it just that didn't really happen. And so some Namwa bananas hanging right in the pathway. So who knows, but I guess next year it'll just be that much better, because we've got all those mature plants now that hopefully will fruit. I've got some mame. So those are notorious for taking forever to ripen, so we're probably talking like at least another year before they're of the size to eat, but you know, it's not a huge tree. So I was kind of surprised to see fruit on it that early. So this cool beehive ginger. These things are so crazy looking. And Ash is on lizard patrol out here. Really anything that moves. And last but not least, we pretty much always have soursop going. You can see like a smaller fruit here. Got a bigger fruit down here. It's pretty close to ripe. And just finishing a ripe one now that we've got in the fridge. So that's pretty dependable, almost year round. Just get fruits here and there. It's really kind of nice. So, and I did pass up the lemon tree, so may as well. With some Meyer lemons on there. Actually, there's no yellow ones right now, which is surprising. There's a ton of these kind of medium-sized green ones, so probably will have a lot of lemons in the near future. All right, well, just wanted to take you on that quick little tour to show you what's blooming, what's fruiting, what we're eating. Summertime. We'll do a full food forest tour, our kind of annual tour soon, so stay on the lookout for that. Until then, aloha from Mina Bear Farm.